Welcome to Japan Seikatsu. Today I would like to talk about choosing an English language versus Japanese language MBA in Japan. As always, please be sure to click like and subscribe to help us grow the community. Let's get started. MBA programs in Japan are conducted in Japanese or English, and deciding which one is a big decision. Just like cost or faculty or location or the types of jobs that graduates are getting, the language of instruction is very important. I have 5 considerations that would guide me in making such a decision. And number 1 would be, what language do you most want to improve? So if you are, for example, a native Japanese language speaker, you've spent your life and your career in Japan, but you very much want to improve your English. Maybe you're considering MBA programs in the United States or United Kingdom. Well, there are great opportunities to get an English language MBA in Japan where you could recreate that environment, that English bubble, if you will, much closer to home. And on the other side, if you are a Japanese language speaker, maybe not native, but you would need to be a very strong Japanese language speaker, JLPT 2 or 1, to do an MBA program in Japanese, and you very much want to improve it. Well, this would be a wonderful way to stress test yourself and jump into the deep end of the Japanese language pool by getting your MBA entirely in Japanese. So, what language do you most want to improve? This could be a great opportunity to improve your foreign language abilities. A second important consideration is to look at the faculty. So what professors do you want to learn from, and what languages are they teaching in? The third consideration is the makeup of the student body. In my experience at Hitotsubashi ICS, about 20 or 30% of the class was Japanese, where at an all Japanese language MBA program, it's going to be much higher, 80% or greater. So what type of student makeup are you looking for? For example, if you're a Japanese student that's looking to study with classmates from outside of Japan, gaining perspectives on what is business like in Europe, other parts of Asia, what is business like in North America, Latin America, etc., perhaps an English language MBA program is a better route. Or if you are looking to really develop deep expertise in what it's like to work in Japan for Japanese companies, well, the student body of a Japanese language MBA program is going to be a great ecosystem to submerge yourself in, because the students all have work experience, and it's going to be largely from Japanese companies or companies connected to Japan. So the student makeup is an important consideration in choosing which language MBA program. The fourth consideration is the type of companies that are hiring at these programs. At an English language program, you're going to find companies that are looking for individuals that are fluent in English or able to speak business level English. They are perhaps Japanese companies with international operations, or it could be international companies doing business in Japan, where a Japanese language MBA program is largely going to be attracting companies that really need Japanese language fluency. So what type of company do you want to end up working for is an important consideration as well. The fifth and final consideration is the education. And what I mean by that is most MBAs in Japan are going to be based on the case study method. However, the English language programs are going to have English language cases. And as a result, there's going to be a lot of examples that are not always directly connected to Japanese companies, where if you are studying at a Japanese language MBA program, there's going to be a higher percentage of these case examples that are connected or about Japanese companies. So what type of material would you like to be studying over the course of your MBA program? The type of language is going to influence that. Now, having said that, I went to Hitotsubashi ICS, and they have a big focus on taking the best of the East and the West. So they had written some of their own cases that were about Japanese companies, or Japanese companies competing with non-Japanese companies, and these were written in English. And also there are cases that come out of Harvard, etc., that cover Japanese companies as well. So this is not to say that if you do go down the English language route that you won't be exposed to Japanese companies in terms of the case studies. So I hope this was helpful. I think this is 5 important considerations to choose. If you're curious on the method that I used when choosing my MBA program, I've done a video on that, and I'll put a link down below. As always, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments section. Don't forget, click like and subscribe, and thank you for your time.